What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Make It Kustom. I'm Carl Fisher. We're working on the ramp truck right now. This is day 3 of the Halfass Customs Thrash, and we're about to go on a road trip tomorrow. We're actually going to be able to make it. We got so much done that we're going to be able to go a day early. Instead of going directly to Fast Cut CNC to pick up Brent's table, we are going to go to Graffiti Days, which is going to be epic. If you don't know what that show is because you haven't seen me or heard me talk about it, it is one of my favorite shows. It's where I debuted my personal rat rod that we're hauling on the back of this thing, and it just so happens to line up that the maiden voyage of the ramp truck could go there, and so that's what we shot for, and I think we're gonna hit it. So tomorrow morning we're gonna do that. But today we still have a lot of work to get it ready to actually drive down the road. We're actually gonna do some test drive shakedown runs, make sure that we're good to go, because like, this thing is still pretty untested. We only have 200K on it, and we have been fixing it every time we've been driving it. So like, are we ready? I don't know. We will have to see. That's all in this video today. Finishing the ramp truck, getting ready for this road trip. Don't forget to like, click subscribe, hit notifications. Thank you to Fast Cut CNC and KBC Tools for sponsoring the ramp truck and this road trip. We really appreciate you guys. KBC has a discount code for you. Make It Kustom, all capital letters, all one word. Don't forget to like, click subscribe, hit notifications. Let's jump into this. Oh, good morning, girl. Good boy, Roxo. All right, we are joined by our friend Adam today as well. He's come to help. He's got a day off, and he just wants to work on his day off. So he's here helping us with the ramp truck, getting the front of the deck on. Brent is working on the toolboxes. He's getting the latches put in so that we can actually have a little bit of storage for our trip. I am going to work on a filler for the fuel. I think that's going to be my first ticket because we definitely need that. I think I'm going to move that filler neck up to the front of the deck and raise it up a little bit because the tank is so large that the top of the tank is quite close to the bottom of the cross members of the deck. There's only a few inches of incline, or whatever you'd call that, ramp, that will allow the fuel to flow. So we're going to probably stick the fuel filler up a little bit at the front of the deck where it's totally out of the way and make sure that vent is able to vent. I just don't want to have any slow fuel filling problems like what that's what I'm worried about and warned about with those situations, right? It's a 200-liter tank. You can't be babying that pump. I want to be able to just like chuck the nozzle in there and let it click off on its own, right? So that's what I'm going to work on right now. I've got a chunk of 2-inch exhaust tube and some really tight donut bends, which you'll see in a minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna huck the camera on, start fabbing that up, maybe do a little bit of cleanup around here, check the list and make sure that we're knocking off everything we got to do to make sure that we're able to drive tomorrow morning. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking, is way back there you can see the fuel filler. This is in between the box and the rail of the deck. So I'm gonna bring basically like a small bend there to a straight piece of exhaust tube coming to here, and then we're gonna go up. And then if you remember the fuel filler neck that has the vent tube on it, we'll have that on top. So just a slight angle down and raise it up, mount it right to the front there. So our 2-inch exhaust tube. These are the donuts I'm talking about. They are a tighter bend than anybody can get, basically. So the way they're made is they're actually stamped as like 2 bagel halves, if you know what I mean. Like they're welded in the center, and the inside weld isn't done yet. So when you cut them apart, you have to weld that. But they are the tightest bends ever. So these are a 2-inch I had left over from an exhaust or something, but see how tight I could get that to the deck? It's gonna really matter for us trying to make this curve being as tall as possible. Like, it might even be almost advantageous to cope into there, but we're not gonna do that. Okay, so we just test fitted in there. It looks pretty good, but we also need the vent hose. So now I'm gonna just do a little stub on top of this that our connector hose can isolate the fuel filler, because this is kind of temporary. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it yet, so we're gonna rubber isolate there. We're gonna clamp this underneath the deck, and then we're gonna go right beside it with a vent hose as well. So I'm just gonna put this hard line on here. I'm not sure how I'm gonna tack it on there, a little bit of flat bar or something, and then we'll be able to put the rubber vent on as well. So yeah, just gonna keep going. Adam's gonna give me a hand mounting it up. And then one more thing off the checklist, and we can maybe go for a burn. Okay, Adam and I are gonna do a quick pressure test on that tube, because it would really suck to put that in and have it leak. Go get some soapy water. Okay, pressure testings. We just use a glove on each end, just stuffed in. Yeah. Squirt it everywhere. You'll have to, oh yeah. Okay, when you pressure test, it doesn't really have to seal because you're putting so much pressure in it. So you just want to like get it close enough so that you can see it bubble. Okay, go ahead.
There's one there.
Oh yeah, I see it. This is why we do it. That was right on the bottom. Let's crank it up. Okay, we will try again. Well, we might have to let that cool. Here, have some Gatorade. All good. Call that good. 100% good enough. How we're gonna install it temporarily is just a piece of flat bar like this, bent, and we're just gonna hose clamp it temporarily. Rubber isolated both ends. We don't know if we're gonna like it where it is. We don't know if it's gonna glug. We don't know if it's gonna vent properly, so we're just gonna do that for now. And I think it's gonna be fine. Everybody else is skeptical though. Well, let's see what our carpenters are up to over here. Let's, oh, look at these latches. Whoa.
Little bits of everything.
Look at that. We got some trees plywood in there. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It might leak though. There's nothing in the back. I got the filler neck put on there. There's a couple of hoses that are, they're just squished extra good because they're not quite the right size, but that's how they are mounted. We're rubber isolated here. We made those little tabs and then I just put like a rubber hose on there. We come up and around that. I had to make a little extension on that vent hose, but that's how it is. Hey, there's those guys over there. Oh, hey. We're getting close. We're getting real close. We're gonna have to do a run to Princess Auto, go get a couple reflectors for the side, go get some lunch in our bellies, and make sure that the brakes are working right, and just kind of see how we're doing. We might go stop by my mailbox and grab some stuff from Amazon. We got a couple more D-links extra. We want to put a couple D-links up here, a couple way at the back, because we're gonna go load the CNC machine, and it'll just be easier to, because the hot rod's gonna partially hang off the back of this thing, right? When we have the CNC machine in front of it, so we do need some rear ties, but look at her. We also have to get a latch for this. Figure out a system for that. Brent also extended these guys, so now they actually fit and work perfectly. So next I'm gonna actually just stick these tabs right here like that. And what that's gonna be for is a rubber bumper to go up against. So that's the next thing I'm gonna work on. We are getting very close to being able to go for a drive. We've got to go pick up a few things for the trip and to finish on the truck. But we are very, very close to going for a little tootsie. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of running out of steam here. But we are there. We got the doors put back together. We got these little rubber bumpers in here. And the latches are latching. The doors are dooring. And the wooden liner is lining. So basically right now, we are gonna just clear everything off. We're gonna secure the hot rod to the deck. And then we are gonna take it for a drive, go pick up any last minute things, give it the shakedown run that I was speaking about, and make sure we're good for tomorrow morning. Like, this is kind of it. If there's anything major, maybe we'll skip tomorrow.
Yeah? Well, no, I'm just pushing in the front. You're hitting your lock there. You alright? It's not helping anymore.
Down. Woo. looks so good. Very tired, but very excited. Okay, close up the shop, go for a test burn.
You pinch lines up, see where it cracked it?
Yeah.
That would be my thing. We get back, air it up. Let's just crack bleeders, and whichever one fucking pisses the world out.
Yeah.
Because you got no brake pressure on it. Shouldn't do anything. Should dribble. But if it actually blows and has pressure in it.
Yeah. Okay. I think, yeah, sounds good. Okay, so what's happening is we have a dragging brake still, and because we've kind of isolated it to one corner, it's probably the hose on the floating caliper on the passenger side. So we're just gonna confirm that and then go get our parts in a different vehicle, and then we'll drive it around tonight. It's dragging pretty bad, so crack the bleeder is what we're gonna do.
Are they new lines and calipers? Or?
No, just calipers, so
Okay.
I didn't do the lines, so I'll get new lines right now.
Give me a vice grip.
Okay.
You have one? Oh, we can't do it. I can't hold it. Don't worry.
Okay. It'll be fine. I'm just not gonna use the brakes.
Besides, we really gotta do that thing.
Hey?
It's crazy hot on that thing.
Oh, okay.
Unless there's pressure elsewhere that we don't know, but it was just...
No, that was it. Okay, going back. Also got to do the exhaust tip, get the heat off that bag. All right, well, here we are. We went and got some brake fluid. They don't have the hoses for the rear, but Brent's pretty sure it's just the master cylinder, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that, and at least if we bleed that in, you know, it won't be like, it's not like we do the hoses and then check. It's like do the master cylinder first, because it'll be easier to bleed if it's just the hoses in the rear, I guess. But yeah, I'm about to flip the cab, and then we will rip off that master cylinder, do a bench bleed on the new one, and swap it out. Hopefully this is the only thing that slows us down. We're both pretty, wow, he's got second wind. I'm still trying to get mine. Well, the weather's perked up out here. It's been pretty rainy, actually. It's a beautiful day today. It's in the 20s. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I should be wearing shorts. This thing's effed. Next. Okay. Let's go say hello to Brent and see how he's doing with the bench bleeding. If you have never done a master cylinder before, basically there's going to be tons of air bubbles inside all the inner workings of a master cylinder, the valving, all that stuff. So you do what's called a bench bleed. And so in order to do that, you loop the fittings right into itself so that as you're pumping, it's pushing out all the fluid, or sorry, all the air bubbles, and then suck, when you come back, it'll like suck back clean fluid again and just eventually gets all the, or most of the bubbles out. Sometimes you get another little bubble and you gotta crack a line where it goes up to the master, but What's that?
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, then you're doing it wrong. If you get an air bubble, you're doing it wrong. So don't listen to me. Listen to this guy. Go check out Halfass Kustoms for the real way to do stuff like this. Metal guy, mechanic. Also metal guy though. He does all the metal. I just don't do the mechanics.
I don't know if you have the right turn it on. That sort of work.
What do we do?
Yeah, there's like there's a sign in there. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we good then. Okay, let's try this again. See how we do. Master cylinder's in. I gotta, we're gonna top up the brake fluid now that the cab's back down. Hook up the shifter, throw the center panel back in, cover up the hole, obviously, and then we're gonna try this again. Fingers crossed, it's not a brake hose that is holding pressure, it was the master cylinder, which I'm pretty damn sure, since our resident expert confirms. I'm trusting. Let's do it.
There you go.
All right, we're on the cruise and we have another problem, but that's okay. It's like one problem's fixed, one other arises. Right now we're kind of a little on the toasty side. Like these are some cheap Amazon gauges, but we are kind of on the toasty side. So it's driving fine, the brakes are all good, but right now Brent's thinking that maybe the fan shroud is choking it out a little bit. When we're like, it cools off when we're stopped, and the big fan sucks enough air. But when we're driving, we're thinking that it just needs more air to blow through it. Yeah, exactly. It needs more airflow. So right now, I mean, we're putting some miles down. I'm gonna head to my parents' place, pick up a couple packages, and then head back to the shop. While we're at my parents' place, though, we are gonna like take the fan shroud off and just zap strap the
fan.
Yeah, thank you. It helps having Brent here because he knows what I'm gonna say. You know? Yeah, we're gonna zap strap the fan back directly onto the radiator without a shroud, so that air can hopefully blow right through the radiator. So, yeah, we will pick you back up when we get to my parents' farm. Okay, we're here. Benny's here.
He's been out before.
Yeah, we've been out a couple times. Yeah. So yeah, that's the fan shroud that we're just gonna try and peel out of here, and hopefully be able to just get a little bit more, you know, hot air. Wind.
I mean, you could always go tandem rads, right?
Oh yeah, we just
Put another one here, another one here.
go right down. Good idea.
Just hook them all up in parallel.
Just
Yeah.
an airlock pick. Alright, you touch that.
Okay.
I love it.
I got the welder.
Cool. There's a zap strap for you.
Oh. Okay.
Show you. I can only go. This is the connector. There you go. You got your side, so kind of
Yeah. Okay.
pick your battle and just stab you.
Ow. Is that your new compressor?
Go up there, somewhere there.
Old compressor.
Old compressor. Yeah, I'm in.
Good to go. Stabby doo.
Stabby, stabby. Well, we may or may not have fixed it. We will find out shortly.
You know, it didn't work well on the way here, so it can only get better.
This might, like when we're idling, we're fine, but this shroud is like when we're driving, it's restricting the airflow, I think, as well. Right. Okay, the verdict is it's better, but it's not fixed. So it still gets warmer than we want it to for a half country drive. So
Slowly.
Getting there. Gotta look the positive. It's happening here and not
yes.
1,000
Oh,
miles.
this is all positive. This is all positive. It's all part of the fun. This is cars, people. If you can't take a little bit of this ain't for you. So it's running right now. It's just idling. It's cooling down. The next thing we're gonna try is pull off the front piece of deck, and reason being is that maybe the air cannot escape and it needs to. That's what we're gonna try. Okay, we're gonna try that. All the wins. Okay, not ideal still, so we are gonna pull this off just to see what's going on. I don't know if we can see anything or feel anything when we're driving. Maybe air is getting forced somewhere. We're thinking it's got to be airflow. Obviously, we're having troubles, so we'll see how it works with the cover off. I mean, it's not gonna. I don't know what we're doing, but we're gonna keep trying stuff till we get it. We did a little toot, and instead of pulling this off, we just tried removing the grill that says GMC. It seems to be running cooler. Now we're at a gas station. Now we're gonna find out if this fuel filler sucks. No. It's working. Full fuelage. Full blast. It's working.
You did all this modification on your own in this truck?
Well, me and Brent, we built it all together. Yeah, we got a couple.
Hydraulic thing was done by you.
Yeah, this is air ride, and this one's hydraulics. And yes, scientist. Yeah. Check out the YouTube channel. There's one called Make It Kustom, and then Halfass Custom. It's working. Look at all the fuels.
Make it custom?
Make it custom with a K. Sorry. Make it K-U-S.
Okay.
Yeah.
Custom. Okay.
There it is.
Wow, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. We just finished this like yesterday. Oh. This is its first drive, really. So we're just trying to shake the bugs out of it. Oh yeah, you can open that door and check it out. Just careful those little links there. Yeah.
Oh, seat deck, so Jindra, look at the seat. Oh, they go gear lever, gear lever.
All right, success. We met some new friends. Checked out the truck.
We're gonna watch ourselves in your vlog.
All right. Right on. Hey, good to meet you guys.
Same here, man. Same here.
Thank you. Cheers.
Same here. Same here.
Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Okay, good morning, everybody. It is next day. We are gonna miss our deadline of, well, we were trying to go a little bit early to go to Graffiti Days up in Cache Creek. I thought it'd be really cool. That's happening today right now. But we wanna make sure that we can get all the way to Manitoba. So we came back to the shop last night after the gas station, and we were just kind of looking. And when you're looking through the grill that we took out, you can see the A-arm. It looks like an A, that's why I say A-arm, but that top triangular arm, that is kind of like ramping air below the radiator. It looks, because the radiator is sort of stuffed up in behind the cab. or at the back of the cab, basically. So yeah, this is, well, I'll just show you what we're thinking, what we ended up doing last night. I didn't film it. We were just, a couple of buddies came by and we were just hanging out. So what I did is we all just sheeted this A-arm to deflect wind up into the radiator, because when this is aired up, basically this ends up being about 8 inches below the radiator and just lets air just shoot under there, or that's the theory anyway. So we tried a few things yesterday. We pulled the deck plate off. We, took the grill thing out. We're gonna put all those things back on now to see if it's possible that just our little shrouding experiment might work. So the other thing that we thought about is when this closes up into there, this box here, basically it comes level with this, and then we're gonna be shooting air up and hopefully catching the air here and not letting it go past and make the turbulences, I don't know, the stuffs.
I'm confident. I got my good clothes on. We're gonna go rip.
He's pretty confident, like, that's pretty confident. I got flip-flops on, I'm confident. I don't have to do any real work, hopefully. So right now we just gotta throw some screws back down in the deck. We're gonna put the GMC logo back on the front and just go drive it around and see if we can't cook ourselves a motor. Transmission cable's not hooked up. Oh. Because we hooked it up when I had it partially flipped, or unhooked it when it was partially flipped.
Can you get it from here though?
You might be able to. Like a glove. All right, we are gonna go for a little toot, see how she's driving, and hit the parts store because we broke something else. Last night in all the hubbub and commotion, the cab was hastily tipped without being disconnected. So cable, we didn't know until this morning. It won't go into park. It just kind of went out of adjustment, and there's no more adjustment. So found a cable. Gonna go get a cable. Dual purpose trip. Toot toot. Make sure that she's feeling good and cooling. Hoping that that we got her figured. So let's go for a toot. Okay, well, drive went pretty good. Did get a little bit cooler. We probably got 10 degrees out of it maybe. So those air dams are really helping. What we're doing now is replacing that cable. We ended up getting that shifter cable. So we're in the parking lot, we're gonna do that. We set the e-brake because we didn't have park because we needed to replace the shifter cable. When I set the e-brake cable came out also. So we're having a cable day today. You know, but since we're not doing Cache Creek, unfortunately, we are just having a chill day. Hopefully getting things buttoned up. We still need to do more work in getting things cooler, so I think we will take that GMC logo back out of the front just to allow more airflow. I know it helped yesterday and it'll help again today. So we're gonna do that, check it, and then probably use some water wetter. Rumored to get you, 10 degrees. I know it's worked for me in the past, like a little bit, I think I got around that out of my truck, but my truck had airflow issues also. So we're gonna try that and see where we get. All right, we're out of here.
Some of those don't do it.
Some of them are stripped. So we got a new shifter cable in it. About to try that out. Didn't get the e-brake done, but we're gonna keep cruising. Go get some reflectors for the side. Took a little bit of the GMC emblem off. There was a chrome plate that extended, if you remember. That might help it a little bit, get a little more airflow without having to lose the whole logo. GMC, we like that. All right, keep on tooting. Okay, we tried a couple more things there. So we took the chrome backer off of this to let a little bit more air through. That maybe helped a little bit, not substantial enough for me to really know by looking at that gauge. One boo-boo I made is I bought 2 temperature gauges, and one of them was Celsius, one of them is Fahrenheit, and to be honest, the Celsius one is really weird because we're just kind of always in the red even when we're running cool. So we're gonna change it from the transmission temperature gauge, which was Fahrenheit, to we're gonna use the Fahrenheit one on our engine temperature stuff. One more thing that I kept forgetting to do is that I missed one of the suspension bolts. It's not quite long enough to go through its lock nut, which it's still kind of in there. But anyway, I'm gonna change that. I'm about to do it. Short little list of things to do. Like obviously we're still running warmer than we'd like to be. Like that's a massive radiator in there, and it really should be more efficient. There might be other things that we can do. Perhaps we should put the shroud back in. I mean, I don't even know. If we're on the highway, it seems like really good. But if we're on, say, a hill and it's lugging it a little bit in the city, we're doing like 60, seems like it starts climbing, And those are similar hills as to what we're gonna encounter going through the passes on our way to Manitoba, so we don't want that. We want to be able to do a long hill without overheating. And so we're getting closer. We're making progress. I'm glad that we had this buffer day to do the shakedowns. I wish I had more time on the road before Brent came here, because it would have been sweet to just like finish this fab and know that it was good to go, tested. But we're having airflow issues, which also might not have been able to be fully troubleshooted without the deck on it, because the deck's kind of making airflow issues also, we think. But slowly but surely, we are continuing to mess around and see if we can't leave one of these days. But I'm gonna do that suspension bolt. We ordered a thermostat that's lower temperature. We're gonna bring that in, or go pick that up as soon as it gets in, a couple hours. We have thought about trying the water wetter, or wetter water, or whatever it is. Another option is Evans coolant. It's like a non-expanding coolant. Never used it, but I know I want it for the hot rod because I don't have an expansion tank, and it has many places that it can get airlocks, so it's never cooled that well either. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. Maybe I gotta go buy 5 jugs of coolant. I don't know. So right now, tinkering, and we'll check back when we have more progress. Okay, something else I'm gonna try is just adjusting the shifter cable so we can get down into second gear at least. Right now, since we put the new shifter cable in, it's unadjusted. So we want to try and get that for hills, make those easier. So I think I can kind of go through this side box. And access it. But I might as well actually flip the cab. Well, no, can't flip the cab while I'm doing the cable. I'll have to do it in here. Okay, pretty sure I got second gear now. So if I go all the way back here, we've got, pretend that's second, third, overdrive, neutral, reverse, and park. So we're good there. Brent is making a cool little pin that's gonna solve two problems at once. Get two birds stoned at once.
Two birds stoned?
Get two birds stoned at once. So the first stoned bird is going to be the this holding the ramps in. Nice long pin. Look at that. Schwang. Oh, and then when this closes, what's going to happen?
It's gonna ramp in there.
Oh, did you make a stopper too?
It'll actually double as a stopper. It's pretty swank.
What doubles as a stopper? What's stopping?
It'll hit the ramp.
Oh, perfect. No way.
One of them anyway.
That worked too good. What happened? And then he's gonna drill a hole in this. Boom! This pin goes through there, holds everything together.
Holds a license plate.
Holds a license plate, that's 3 birds. Pretty cool. I like stuff like that. When you think about it, you gotta do less stuff. Anyway, banging things off the list. Now that I'm comfortable with the shifter linkage being adjusted, I think I'm going to pop the shifter cable off, tip the cab fully forward, and we got a new air compressor. This is a York 210, I believe. If you wanted to Google search like air ride setups, engine-driven compressors, onboard air setups, they're common. People like them because of how fast they can pump and this and that. So that's why we're using it. The one that I got is obviously just super clapped out, and here's a new one. So hopefully everything swaps over fine, and this will just go on what we've got. I can already tell that it's not, oh no, never mind. Woo, false alarm. I thought I didn't see bolt holes on the bottom. Ours bolts from the bottom, but it's got side mounts both sides. Like, it was used in a lot of stuff. You can get them in like mid-70s Ford, Dodge. I don't know if I've seen them GM motorhome, like GM motorhome. Very, very common compressor. So I'm gonna swap that out right now, and maybe that will solve some of our issues with squeaking. I don't know. I think that bracket is just like maybe not quite right, or our tensioner is not quite right. It's still squeaking a bit. Kind of annoying, but we might just have to bring a loud radio. Well, nothing is straightforward, and that's okay. That's cars, people. You gotta expect this stuff. You gotta learn to enjoy the process. So the heads are different, not a big deal, but this is the head we need. That's the head that our new compressor came with. Not the same, our fittings fit the other one, so I'm popping this one off. Gonna change that. Worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work, so we're just gonna try it. Okay, I just got off the phone with my friend Kyle, and he is the resident local expert in these compressors. I've never done this before. I know that it works. Obviously it worked a little bit. I think I had the lines backwards, to be honest. It still worked, which is weird. But basically Kyle, he's a builder. He used to daily, air ride expert, used to daily drive a 300 PSI air system with like oiling setups and all kinds of stuff so that he could run his whole setup all year long, daily driven, right in the middle of winter. Nothing would freeze up on him. He ran these compressors. He just told me that his 16-gallon tank, that's 60 liters for metrics, okay? 16-gallon tank. He filled that from 100 PSI to 300 PSI in like a minute. Yeah, anyway, so this is the good one. He told me how to tell. This is the good compressor. Swapped the head on it just now, and then there's this little hole right up there. And this casting, it brings oil up here. And so when it's not used in an air conditioning compressor application, I am told that you block that hole. It reduces oil consumption, which is one of the things you do when you modify for engine-driven compressor air stuff. Ah, I forgot my coffee and you found it. Thank you, Brent. Amazing. Oh. Oh, sweet nectar of the gods. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. We don't have much left to do. The list is getting short. We are leaving tomorrow, one way or another.
Yeah.
Okay, I know this footage is getting a little choppy. But here's the deal. We are under a tight timeline. And sometimes I can't film everything because I'm rushing. And basically we hucked that compressor on last night. That was all fine. We're probably gonna try and align the belt a little bit better today. Right now, we are loaded, everything's good. We made those shrouds, those worked. We tried that, like that was good. The other thing that we need to do is, we suspect, the fans are the next weakest link, because now on the highway we are great. We can cruise, it's awesome. And it's lugging up hills that it overheats fast. So when we're going slow, we don't have the kind of air speed going through the rad to cool it enough. Right, so I've got a 16-inch fan on there. My original radiator for this truck, I bought like a aluminum, 4-core truck rad or something. And then I had a large custom truck rad that I put on instead, but I kept the 16-inch fan that I bought for the other one. And apparently that's not quite enough. So if you've been with us the whole time, Dusty Rhodes Truck Parts, friend of mine. He's also the guy that I made that Cadillac valve cover urn for his father. Anyway, he's up racing his dad's car yesterday in Cache Creek. We were trying to get up there to go, see a bunch of friends and stuff also. We didn't quite make it, but I called him late last night. I was like, man, this thing's still overheating. I need like a Gen 4 fan setup. And he's like, no problem. Here's everything you need to know. Like, he wasn't in town. He's like, go to my business and just grab, like, I got a whole pallet of them. And so here's something for you. If you've got a cross flow situation and you need a radiator, these are readily available and they're really, really good. Okay. So we picked up 2 at like midnight last night from my friend Dusty. Thank you, Dusty. Appreciate you. And we're just gonna slam one of these on the ramp truck and hopefully that solves our cooling issue. And I'm pretty sure it will. They're like 2 massive fans. Like, they move air big time. So as long as they fit, I'm hoping that we are good. And we're basically like, one way or another, we're gonna slap those on the radiators and we're gonna head to Manitoba. And if we make it, we make it. And it cools great and we're all good. Everything else in the truck's fine. I mean, even if it doesn't, we could go slow up hills and we'd still make it. BC's got some hills, but that's where we're at. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Appreciate everything. I'm just gonna do that right now. Got another final touch to put on the ramp truck. That is I'm gonna cut a little fast cut CNC logo, because we're gonna go see them next, obviously. Pick up Brent's new table, and they've helped us. Thank you, Fast Cut, obviously. Thank you. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Sunday morning, about to go drive to Fast Cut today, and we're still working on the truck. Such is life. Okay, so we're getting ready to go check out the little hitch cover I just made. Ooh! So that's our little Fast Cut, you know, tribute, I should say, because they were a big part of this build. So we've got the hitch cover made up. It's got the clamps on it because I obviously couldn't weld it. I didn't want to, it's stainless to steel. I made that little stainless backer. So I'm just waiting for the silicone to dry, but I think we're gonna go, yeah, we're just gonna go. This is it. We're taking off. It's, I mean, everything's good, but she's a little squeaky, but whatever. We're going to Kamloops, going to Fast Cut, let's go. Actually, you know what? I guarantee this video has been super long. I do have to shut this video down. Don't forget to like, click subscribe, hit notifications. There's plenty more coming on the ramp truck. We have a massive road trip we're about to happen. It's like 4,500 kilometers. And we've got a few awesome places to stop, friends to see, and people to check out, like collections and stuff. We're trying to line up a few stops along the way. It's gonna be really cool. First stop obviously is gonna be Fast Cut. We're gonna load up, and then man, this is it. So can't believe we're here. The truck is loaded up. We're gonna make it happen. So thank you all for watching. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you Fast Cut CNC. Thank you KBC Tools for sponsoring the ramp truck build. Thank you Brent for coming out and thrashing. Thank you to all our friends for helping. Just incredible. Very grateful for everything. And don't forget Halfass Kustoms. Check out the channel. He's got tons of footage of this as well. He's gonna be filming the road trip also. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. We're on the Patreon if you'd like to help support there. We've got updates there. We got japhandskustoms.com if you need some merch or tools. Yeah, I think that's it. We're gonna go. See you later, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.